Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 19 of Direwolf20's FortressCraft Evolved series. Today, I'm thinking about rearranging just a few things. I haven't entirely decided exactly how I want to do stuff, but I think I haven't figured out how I want to do it. There's things I want to do, that's for sure. How I want to do them, I just haven't entirely decided yet. I think I'd like to move my reactor vat, this thing, the refinery vat thing. I want to move this, and I want to put it up there, and then I think I want to get around to making another jet turbine, and then I want to set up an automated system to move the whatchamacallits around the base, the high energy composite fuels, those guys. Yeah, I want to move them all over the place, right? And have multiple jet turbines responsible for doing cool things and stuff. That's kind of my plan for the episode. And I have a couple neat ways of doing that, because now that we've got more advanced power systems and more advanced energy development and all that good stuff, we can start using some cooler mechanics that we haven't had a chance to play with yet, simply because of inhibitive cost and power. So that's what I think we're going to do today. I think it'll be fun, and I think you guys will also enjoy checking out the awesome advanced transferring of cool things. That's what this episode's about. So right now, I'm just clearing out a little terrain, and we're going to just boom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looking good. Nice. Just clearing out a little bit of brush and whatnot. There we go. So let's maybe break this thing down and then consider relocating things. So we're definitely going to want to take our hopper with our biomass in it, and this, and I guess I'm going to also have to transfer this power storage guy with me because this thing needs power. That is true. We can manage that for now. I guess I should probably also figure out where I'm going to put him before I go breaking him down. So let's think. We've got a lot of space up here now available to us because we've cleared out a lot of stuff. We've got this big open area, and pretty much I know we're going to want a large amount of power generation really soon. So part of this episode is planning for that. Pretty much. Yeah, yoink. How's that look? Not terrible? Yeah, it doesn't look terrible. I mean, there's still fire and whatnot here, but that's okay. Fire never hurt anybody, right? Wrong, but that's okay. I don't think that'll get too much in my way. So yeah, let's see. This might not be a bad spot for a couple of jet turbines, and I could build them like, let's see, what's the jet turbine structure? It's 3x3x4 or something like that, right? Let's see, power... Jet turbine is 3x4, so 4x3, 3 high with a 4x3 base, right? And then the intake is in the front, and that's 3x3. Okay, so I think overall it's 5x3x3, if I'm not wrong about that. Yeah. So I mean, we could have like jet turbines going here, and then maybe a little gap, something like that. Just so we have like a nice little, 2 or 3 block gap in between each jet turbine. And then if we need more, obviously, we can manage that. But for now, I think that might be cool. And I'm not going to build all 3 of these this episode, but it's just, there's a plan, and it's going to need a lot of power. How's this doing? 7 more ultimate experimental pods cruising in. And you are cooking on them. Looking for plates and PCBs. Really? I thought I had enough. Empty and empty. Okay. So we'll do 20 and 60. That should be good for now. And that should get the last bit of research for ultimate power grid, and then we'll work on the thing that we're going to really need to do, which is orbital power transmission, which, like I mentioned, is pretty much the name of the game. And we might also look up rolling stock at some point too, because I never played with those and I wouldn't mind trying them out. So if this is going to be where all our power gen is, I'm thinking maybe over here. Let's clear out some of these plants. How am I for snow at this point? I kind of like building with snow as a base. I mean, I don't have to, obviously, but it's fun. Nice. This right here might be a nice place to set up our our refinery bat thing. So let's try that out. So let's pop down here. Where's my oh, right. There. I'm like, what's going on with that? Duh. Silly Dyer is silly sometimes. You guys probably noticed me do that and were like, Dyer, what you doing, buddy? So this thing, do you have a, yeah, you have a nice focusing lens in there. Cool. We're gonna want to snag that, snag this, and basically break this guy down, but I'm gonna leave these blocks here. Okay, the storage hoppers, and you'll see why in a moment. Hold shift to right click. Okay, that's cool. I did not know that. Never tried breaking one of these before, now I know. Beautiful. Okay. Now that's on tab 7, so we're going to want our refinery reactor vat and our refinery controller. Giant robot just chilling, hanging out in my base. Good to see a giant robot, as always. So for now, let's consider placing him like over here. Okay, so there's our vat, there's our power, and then we'll put our dude here, our Mark III. Okay, and then we're going to set up similar hoppers set up. So we'll have, I'll go with the storage hoppers, because why not? And then we'll do that in there. This will be remove only. For now, we'll go with high energy composite fuels. And how do I want this to be? I might want this guy here. So this will be remove only. This can be add only. And remove only. Cool. Remove, add, and remove. So this is where we'll put the empty fuel canisters, right? These guys. Let me make one of those real fast. I'm going to want a few of these anyway, because I think I want to make a jetpack as well. Empty fuel canisters requires empty metal tube, 1 and 1. Well, we'll make 2 then. And we'll just test that this works. And then we're going to look at getting these items transported from down there up to here. That'll be fun. Trust me, it will. It'll be cool. It'll be something different. All right, so that's good. We're just going to need power here. So let's look at where we have power in the immediate vicinity. For now, what I'll do is clear this all out. And we'll snag power from over here. Maybe I'll borrow some... I'll use some coal generators just because I have a bunch. That should be fine, right? Let's say that we had a hopper here. Probably use a logistics hopper if we wanted to. With generators all around it. With energy cells. Like that. That might be cool. And then here's our, that's a generator. That's the hopper, right? Yeah. Cool, and then we can snag this guy. We'll do this with a downslope. You should be able to transfer that downslope, right? Yes, good. And then another downslope. There we go. That should do. Cool. And I'll probably replace that once I get some generators up here. The jet turbines and whatnot, we'll handle that. Alright guys, looks like stuff's working. So this thing's producing the composite fuel. Excellent. So let's talk about how we're going to get the items from those hoppers down there up to here. So what I'd like to have is a central system of hoppers that are responsible for pretty much doing things. So we'll have, we'll make a hopper here be where we store empty canisters, right? And then I might wind up moving this. We'll just kind of see how everything works. And then this will dump out to a hopper. I mean, it doesn't even necessarily need to be, but we'll see. Because we might want multiples of this at some point, but we'll see. So now we've got the energy composite there, right? So let's see what we can check out with regards to a really cool item transport system known as the matter mover. Dun, 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 dun. These things are cool. They require a lot of tier 1 components. Not too bad. Make a dozen of them. Why not? The big thing they require, though, more so than crafting ingredients, is power. They require a lot of power. So we can take a look in our inventory here and look at the help topic on this. The maximum amount it can transfer is 300 items per minute. So if you think about that, that's like 2 or 3 times more, like maybe 5 times more than like the regular transport belt, so it's really fast. However, it requires 64 power per item, and the maximum power transfer rate is 256 seconds per face. So basically, you need to pump a ton of power in this thing if you want to be able to run that fast. But it can transport items over 64 blocks. So let's see how we can get these things to work. I'm thinking what I'm going to want to do is put this on my conveyor belt line, and we can beam this thing up in that direction. Cool. And you can see that's kind of the direction it's going to go. Now to help assist with this, I think what I'll do is put, like, as a temporary measure, like a laser here, just so I can kind of see where I'm going to want this thing to go. Because the laser has the same range, right? So if I do something like that, I can see that that's probably not going to work for me. So we're going to want to go 1 higher. And is that going to reach all the way over there? Yeah, it looks like it does. Nice. So now this is where the empties come out, right? So we're going to want these empties. That's cool. Okay. So maybe I'll stick this empty line here. And remember, we might have multiples, right? So maybe empties will come in here. It'll be like another empty resource coming in on this side, maybe another one on this side, maybe even one below it. So we could have multiple empties shooting over in this direction. So that should actually be good. So let's get back up there. Yeah, it's just never going to work, is it? So let's do this. So what we'll probably want is a matter mover going like so. Yeah, that should do. We can remove this block. We don't need this guy anymore. So the only thing this needs now is power. And that's going to need power too. So we'll figure out how that's going to work in a second, because that's going to be a little bit tricky. I think I can pull it off though. So for you to get power, we would probably want this under here. Now I think, by the way, I might need to have a hopper in between these two. I don't know that I can beam it and make it work like the lasers, but we'll find out about that pretty So this shouldn't need to happen too often. But let's go with the tier 2s, I guess, for now. I'll do that. That should be good. That should be cool, right? So now that guy's going to have aim at a storage hopper 64 meters away. Yeah, I don't think I can beam it directly into another matter mover. But let's see how we're going to get matter movers working up there. So this guy, we're going to want probably a storage hopper underneath him. But we're also going to want to think about power. So if we had that, and a storage hopper here. And like I said, I haven't really ever used these before, so not 100% sure what I'm doing. There's probably better ways to go about doing this, but we'll figure it out as we go along. Now, I do have a tier 3. So what I could do, if I wanted to be super smart about this, let's remove you, and we will put a tier 3 here. We'll remove this. And then we'll put this guy here to beam back out to that thing. And then we can have probably not the ideal scenario, but we could have something like this, this, and a tier 2 going this way. So that you can transfer to that guy, right? That should be cool. So let's see what happens. Right now, in the hopper down there, you can see we've got 3 empty fuel canisters. So if I remove this block, we should see items transferring. Cool. So now we've got 3 empty fuel canisters here. And that is trying to find aim at a storage hopper less than 64 meters away. I thought you were less than 64. Yeah, you should be able to hit this thing, I would expect. We're also getting attacked right now, but that's okay. My laser's got everything under control. Booyah. Alright, so you should be hitting this thing, I would expect. And you should have the power to move it too. Oh, he was facing the wrong way. Well, there's your problem, Direwolf. So this thing is now empty. Nice. And this thing over here should currently be running, I would expect. So you should have pulled items out, and now we've got... They should have gotten matter transmitted into here, and is this thing running? That's what I would expect to see. Let's collect my tier 1 ores real quick. Just because I noticed my lines are all backlogged up. So this thing's empty. This says that it transferred 3 items. Right? Yeah, I think we're good here. I think it's working. I just need to figure out where those 3 empty canisters went. Maybe they were already turned into fuel? I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, we've got five full ones in here. Remember we had 2 before? Alright, so that's where it went. It just went really fast. I didn't think that it would have transmitted or ran that quickly, but I guess it really ran fast because it had plenty of power. Alright, so that is really cool, actually. Nice. So then we're probably going to want to matter transmit from here back over to this thing, right? And we'll probably have other matter transmitters going on too, but, you know, this will be good. I might want to replace what's over here, though, because I want to matter transmit it directly into the machine, I think, and I really only want to store 2 of these at a time. So what I'll do is have the logistics hopper here, and then we just have to figure out a good method to beam it in. Does that sound like a plan? So let's come back in a minute. I'm going to set up some lasers that'll give me a good idea of how I want these transmitted, and then go from there. Oh guys, something big is here. I don't know what it is, but it's big. And it looks nasty. I think it's some kind of boss. I see it because it's not dying. And I'm concerned. Come on, guys, shoot. Shoot at the bosses, or whatever they are. They're huge. Dude, this thing's a monster. Nice, got him. Yeah, I think we're starting to see some really nasty attacks happening now. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So clearly, I don't have enough power being pumped into these things. Why do you think I'm working on... Yeah. 3713 HP left. Is that... Are you telling me how much hit points are left in the thing that I'm attacking? Because that's not ideal. Yeah, that's what you're telling me, isn't it? Yeah, I know, low energy. Come on, you almost dead? 355. Nice, got him. Whew. I'm guessing those were bosses of some kind, because they were nasty. Alright, I'm thinking higher tier energy storage here, but definitely higher tier energy stuffs. Where did I put that threat detector? Did I ever place it back down, or is it still sitting in my inventory? Nope, still sitting in my inventory. Cool. Very nice. Okay, back to what I was working on. Right, I just wanted to come back to film that because I'd never seen... I told you I haven't gotten this far in the game before. I've gotten pretty close, but not to the point where I had those size monsters attacking me. So I figured I would record that segment so you guys could see what some of the bosses look like. We are absolutely going to need more power generation and more things. And you're probably wondering, Dyer, why are you worried about your CPH? Didn't you say it doesn't matter if it gets destroyed? I'll talk to you about that in a minute. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. Check this out. So I'm going to do something like this. That should be cool. Do I want this to be a storage? Yeah, that's going to be a storage hopper. That should be fine. Do I just want to do... let's stick with the matter movers here. Just because I'm mostly showing these off for this episode. That's what this episode's about. Showing off the coolness of the matter mover. Let's grapple up here properly. So what I should be able to do, if I'm any kind of halfway decent at this, if I were to put a tier 2 guy going this way, you can hit the matter mover? Or no? Needs to be one higher. Okay. that going to work? Yeah, that should work. Okay. So what we should then see is the following. Once I activate this system, this is empty. This is empty. Let's pop over here. And this matter mover should hit the hopper over there, which should then beam down, which will conveyor belt over. Let's see if I lined this all up properly. So you're just going to need some power here, right, buddy? So if we were to put, say... I would like this to be tier 2. And at this point, we've got so many resources that it's easy enough to make tier 2 storages. I just control-click U, and then control-click U. And then make a few more, in case I want any tier 1s. Cool. And like I said, tier 2 beamer, just because these things, we're not transmitting a lot of items per second, we're just transferring, you know, a small amount, but we're transferring over the long distance. So we don't need this to be such a huge amount of power. So that should pulse into there, and this should turn 5 of these, and it should beam out once this thing gets enough juice. In theory. You beaming? Oh yeah, storage used 0. Nice. So that is cool. So that should have already beamed everything over, and I think you can almost see it in the distance there. Yeah, look at that. Worked beautifully. So that's how we're going to long-range transport from all the way over there to all the way over here. Our matter movers are now configured and set up properly, which is pretty ideal. I think I'm going to change this. Hopefully this will work. I'm pretty sure I can use a logistics hopper here. It says storage hopper, but I don't know if it's just saying that or not. So what I'm going to do is test that by doing this. If I put these guys in here, sure, why not 10 of them? Yeah, it works. Cool. And this guy, did you transfer them all already? Nice. And this is still storing some. Okay, so if that's the case, then I'm not going to use these guys. I'm going to use the logistics hoppers here, so that you can never have too many built up in a backlog, pretty much. So like that way we don't have like 100 of these things sitting around waiting to go into this thing, right? At most we'll have like 5 or 6 backlogged, and then as the hoppers fill up, we don't have to worry about stuff anymore. I think that's pretty awesome. So matter movers are super powerful, as you can tell. Now, if I wanted to matter move my ores and ingots all the way up, remember that it costs 64 power to transmit one item, right? And we would have a range of 64 blocks, right? That's the range on these guys. So we'd need like 4 or 5 of these to get all the way up, and it would be 64 power per item per jump. So if we had 5 of them, let's say, it would be like 300 and something power per item getting from the bottom all the way up to the top, which is a lot of power, right? So, you know, if we think about it, it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8. So yeah, it would be a huge amount to matter move these things. Let's collect our tier 2 ores that have been processing down here in the meantime. Nice, almost 100 of extra. Yeah, these things were backlogged like crazy. Cool. So yeah, matter movers are awesome, but they're definitely power hungry. They're more meant for a small amount of items over a long distance rather than like a huge amount of items. Obviously, you know, if I had a bunch of the jet turbines, we'd be fine, right? Transferring items up here. I forgot about my teleporter. Oh well, I'm halfway up anyway. But yeah, obviously, you know, once we get to the point where we have huge amounts of power, it's probably not a big deal to use matter movers to get items from top to bottom. But for now, I think it's probably in our best interest to stick with the going down and manually collecting what's down there smelted. We might eventually start moving items upstairs with another transfer method that we haven't seen. So that's, I want to say, like a tier 3 transfer method. We kind of skipped tier 2 a little bit. I didn't show you guys that yet, but I'm just curious, like, what's over here. Okay. Oh, we found a piece of tin ore. That's exciting. What's going on? Are we something up? What's your problem? All hoppers or output hoppers are full. Really? Why is that? This thing has coal ore in it. Oh, well then. I did not account for coal ore, did I? So he has just found a big old ore vein, didn't he? I didn't account for coal. Sweet. Let's handle that real quick. So I guess we're gonna want a... gems, organic items, all types, combustible items. I guess combustible is what we'd want, right? So that way coal gets transported up there. Wow, there's a lot of coal ore too. Nice. All right, and now these things are back up and running. Cool, so we just ran into our first piece of ore. That's exciting. Just gonna collect what's in here. And this guy found tin, so that's cool too. So lots of coal. Nice. That would explain why that thing's backlogged up. All right, so I think that's pretty cool. I like matter movers. They are neat. 64 block range, as we discovered. But for now, that's good. I guess what I'll do is go put... I should have, what, 7 of these things in here? Yeah. Let's go put these in this. So this will be the storage hopper that's used, right? So he's going to pulse them over. And are we full now? So look, we still have 2 storage used, right? Because we've got 2 here. We've probably got 2 sitting in this logistics hopper. We've got a couple sitting in the logistics hopper down there. And it's going to beam them over until everything's backstuffed, but that's all good. Nice. All right. I think the next thing I'm going to want to do probably... maybe... do I have the resources to make another... so we're going to want another turbine, I think. Jet turbine generator housing is 3 by 3 by 4, so that's, right, 36. So we're going to want some more advanced machine blocks and more plastic pellets. Let's get this guy making plastic pellets. I know I've got some somewhere, but I don't think I have that many. So if I convert you to plastic pellets, I'm going to rotate this thing so that he doesn't... I'm actually just going to remove him. So that he doesn't start beaming plastic pellets over there. That's not something we need. I could put one of those, like, smart thingies on it. Maybe I'll do that. Where is one of those smart thingies? The advanced hopper? That would be a smart approach to take. One of these. Fortified PCB times 10. They're probably here. Okay. Advanced doohickey. And I'll be back in a minute once I've cooked up the plastic pellets that I need. But for now, we're going to set this to... I think I've got plastic pellets in my inventory somewhere. Yes. I think I just need to put them, like, here. Set it to plastic pellets. No, we want to set it to high output. Yes, that. I just did the opposite of what I want. Right, so high energy composite fuel. Nice. And plastic pellets into my inventory. Good. Be right back. Alright guys, we're back. Just went down to collect my items, teleported back up to the surface. Love the teleport. And let's see how we are with plastic pellets. We should be getting close. 11 more of those bad boys. Let's throw some more biomass in there. And how did I do? Am I right in being close? Nice. Cool. So let's make these guys. Control click, control click. I've got a few extra. And then I can have... these guys don't need to be here. We'll have our jet turbines. And then I need the place in front of a housing 3x3. Cool. So low grade steel bars. So we're going to want 18 of these, right? And then 9 of them to be advanced machine blocks. I also picked up more crystal while I was down there because I suspected I might need a little bit more. Getting low. So then I can do my jet turbine intake. Nice. So this will be 1 of 3. Thinking I'm going to want to be... so 1, 2, 3. That should be good, right? 3 by 3 by 4. Did I do that right? Yep. And then these guys in the front. Is it the front or the back? Yeah, there we go. And then, yeah, that's got nice. Perfect. That's what I want. Cool. That's how I want it laid out. Beautiful. All right, so collected a bunch of junk over here. That looks good. So this is clearly going to be used to help power my base defenses. So before we wrap up the episode, let's talk about why I need base defenses. So how much are these left? Some iron, some tin, and some lithium. Orbital power transmission. Something we're probably going to look towards next episode. I'm going to pop, let's see, this thing should be 0 and 0, right? 0 and 0. Good, I did this right. So we'll put 60 here. I guess that's fine. I'll have one extra. And then 90 and 90. Cool. Orbital power transmission is the reason that we're here. We need to bundle up a ton of energy and beam it all the way up into space. There's one downside. If our CPH gets destroyed, our progress will be lost. That's gonna suck because it's actually a really, really large amount of power. Remember when I said this huge amount of power that we're gonna be generating off of these things is like insane? It's not insane compared to how much power we need from orbital power transmitters. Believe it or not, we're gonna need large amounts of power for this. So we're gonna wanna make sure our base is defended because now that we're getting to the stage of the game where we need to really make sure that our CPH doesn't get destroyed. Otherwise, we're gonna spend like literally probably like hours building up power only to have all that progress lost if our CPH gets destroyed, which would not be cool, and nobody would be happy, and Direwolf would be upset, and everybody would not like that. So that's the name of the game that we're about to start. So it's going to be a large amount of defending our base from nasty alien bugs who are trying to attack us. All I want to do is leave your planet, and all you want to do is destroy me and make me cry. So that is not going to be cool. So for now, Direwolf20 signing off. We will come back next episode. We will work towards building up a large amount of base defense. We'll check out what's involved with orbital power transmission. I've never actually done it. All I know is that snag plastic pellets. Let's switch this guy back to high energy composite fuel. Do you have... No, you don't. Okay, cool. But this thing should have... that's all right. Cool. Okay. And then this. So we'll come back next time. I've never actually gotten to this stage in the game, as I mentioned earlier this episode. So next episode, we'll figure out what this is all about. For now, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take it easy.